3, they go after. I'm talking about a flat-out communist regime. They've done it in China. They've killed millions of people. They in Russia, they killed 60 million white Russians. This is what we're faced. And they go after the farmers first because they don't want you being able to feed yourself. Plank number 9 on the Communist Manifesto is corporate farms. And in the government control of agriculture, that's what SB 510 or whatever that number is. So they're going to limit your gardens that you can grow. They're poisoning us. They're spraying the aluminum on your crops and in your water supply, and that can be taken out. That can be cleaned out. Reverse osmosis can do that. You can take the fluoride and aluminum out of that, and that's all fluoride is it's fucking aluminum, because they don't want you to be smart enough to know what the hell they're doing. Now, I laid all this out in the plans. I've got the distributorship for the teepees. I've got the distributorship from the manufacturer for the yurts. We can put up a village in a week, or 30 days at the most. We can build these. We can put these up. We can turn around and rent them out. We can grow our own foods. Now up there, it's there's different conditions that we got to live, but with greenhouses and water and sunlight, if we put in the and we can get. You go to a ranch and say, look, tell you what, if you we'll provide a lot of help for you to run your ranch if you'll give us 5 acres over there. And we'll you're going to be helping the veterans, you're going to be helping the community, because we're going to put in gardens here. We're going to use the Vertigrow system, which is made out of Canada. So you grow your crops upwards in a spiral. It takes up less room. It's not like you don't have to mow down an acre, and you put that in your greenhouses, and you got a permanent food supply. Now, all of this is put together. This is all put together. So the only thing we need is foot soldiers out there. And people like you that's got the credit to go out and get the land, talk to the farmers, talk to the ranchers around you. Would you rather have a bunch of illegals working this land, or would you like to have some veterans and some older folks? You got the older folks, you got kids running around. It's maybe the only thing Hillary Clinton was right about. It takes a village. You got the watching the kids run around, keep the old folks. You ain't gonna put me in a nursing home. I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna get put there, and that's where they tried to put me. That's where they tried to put me.
It's bullcrap, and I want to allow that in the personal, point. My thing though is, like I said, who am I? I'm a nobody, but I'm not gonna allow a personal point. If I can keep one veteran, out of, some of them need, you need retirement homes because, they're old
if they're
and they
ill.
need medical attention.
Yeah, if they're ill and they need medical attention.
I'm not going to allow a veteran that served our country, to sit in a nursing home and vegetate, because the government turns around and says, they want to put them in there and let them vegetate. No, I will not do that. We have nothing but grateful thanks for those people because we wouldn't be there. I wouldn't even be talking to you if it wasn't for a veteran. A veteran is because I allowed to talk to you, and then we can have our differences. It's because of a veteran. Because he made a sacrifice for our freedom. That's why he can speak. And spread the word. People don't understand. How do you put it though? People don't understand though because you're spreading the word. And like I said once. I'm typing on that crap. And I hate this internet shit. I still hate it. They type it. You only said you only have 6 people. I said, but you get 6 people. You get 6 people listen to them, and you get another 6 people, and it goes from there.
That's right. I see the Liberty Villages having a council of 12, and then you could have 100 teepees out there, and putting the veterans in one and renting the other one out. Renting this out. Blaze the Shogun just said something about the shipping containers. Do you put those underground? You simply dig a hole, and while you're digging your little trains, you dig a hole. You put the shipping containers in there, and then you got storm shelters. You got underground. You can cultivate the marijuana in there if you're in a medical marijuana state.
Or whatever. Medical purposes. There's medical cures. Now South Dakota, they struck down that medical marijuana bill, and I think that was the biggest bull crap they could have done.
Well, it'll come back. The legalization movement is still going on in California, and we got 10 states that have legal marijuana, and but the underground, the shipping containers, those are pretty cheap. You can get those for.
But they're a dime a dozen. You get in the big cities, they're a dime a dozen because they don't know what they want to do with them. Because they turn around and look at salt water and all that contamination or whatever. They got these shipping containers, and these shipping containers, they turn around, they make houses. I got a couple YouTube videos on my website. They make great housing containers. You got to do work on them, obviously, like anything. But next thing you know, one housing container is two bedroom house.
That's right.
You get another housing container. You got a living room and kitchen. So you get 2 of them. You got living room, kitchen, and 2 bedrooms, and respectable size too.
Yeah, and you could stack them on top of each other and run a staircase up.
Yeah.
Well, there's more. There's more than that too. You can do one group one couple that I had on, one lady that I had on. She and her husband are building earth bag homes.
Oh yeah, the sandbags. Oh yeah, I believe those.
Yeah, and you fill up the center, the thing with, I forget what they're using, but when it gets wet, it hardens.
Yeah.
So it's like building it with concrete. You're building a house with concrete blocks. If you're in the southern areas, you can make adobe. There's two classes of people that live in adobe homes. There's 2 classes of people that live in adobe homes: the very poor and the very rich, because it's perfect insulation.
Yeah. Warm in the summer, or cool in the summer, warm in the winter. I don't know what it is. But you know what I mean, though.
But there's a key here.
This world's not getting any better.
No, it's not. And I ask myself. And this is what you need to do, folks. Ask yourself, how did they live 10,000 years ago?
No, I know.
How did they live? They lived in villages. They worked together. They grew their own food, and they hunted too. So we adopted the wrong lifestyle. I think when we came over here, we should have followed the Indian lifestyle. And by work, I've got advisors within the Indian community.
Means, I listen to him. On your website, Russell Means. Anybody's got to absolutely listen to him. I'm not sure, and I won't get into details other than telling you privately. I think I might have met that gentleman because Russell Means is the Logata Sioux tribe. In South Dakota. He's southwestern South Dakota, which means the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation.
Yes.
I think I might have met that man, but I won't say any more than that. I think I might have met him, though. You know, he's a great man. You got to listen to him.
I'm going to have him on. I'm going to have him on my. I'm going to have him on my radio show. I'm going to have him. I've got somebody that's going to give me his number, so yeah. I'll have him on. And I've already working with the Lakota tribal chiefs right up there in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. Logado Ogabasu's tribe. You know.
So what we're doing here.
I know quite a few of those folks. You know.
What we're proposing here benefits the American Indians. It benefits the American vets. And it's open to all races. And you want a religious village? No problem. You find 10 of your friends and go over there in that corner, and you set up your liberty, your little church.
Religion, whatever. You have your own little, meeting places, but invite all. That's the way I see it. But then we all might learn something, though.
And we got right here.
Listen, you think about though. It's all technical differences, though, actually.
John, we all go to sleep, same kind of bed, same kind of atmosphere. We get up, we read, we eat, we do the same. And if you want to be different, my guest today, John DiNardo, I don't necessarily agree with his religious views. To me, I believe, if you're omnipotent and omniscient and you're God and you created the universe, you don't give a shit what you're called, and you would be the most bored entity in the universe, so you create us for your entertainment with a little spark of your divinity. Now that drives Christians nuts. My book will drive Christians nuts, but to me, I am not restrained by dogma. So I don't care if you got 10 people, if you want to set up a village over here, and you want to follow our charter as a Liberty Village, this is a charter community. If you want to follow that charter, and you want to just allow Muslims in there, no problem. We ain't going to go out and kill you. We ain't going to destroy you. You want to stick your nose in the sand, your ass up in the air, and pray to Mecca every day, 2 or 3 times a day? No problem. Just don't expect me to get down on my knees beside you. And for just to show you that what a nice neighbor I am, I'll try to keep my Dobermans off of you while you're praying.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing about Christians. You want a Jewish village over here, man? They got the best lox and bagels. You can get. Go over there to see how they're making, and we can compete with each other to see who can build the most solar, who can build the best wind generators, who can build the best magnetic generators, who can rig up our cars to run off of 50% hydrogen. And I got the people to do that. We got the people. I know the people to do it. They invented it. Guy's getting 50 miles a gallon in his '65 Mustang. We can do that.
But anyway, though, I mean, not to get subject, though, like you're talking about the Liberty Villages, and I believe that wholeheartedly. It's the point. It's a matter. I want to do that so much, I can taste it, as the saying goes,
Find the land, start talking to your bosses.
There's the land in South Dakota.
Start talking to your bosses about this.
North of Belfouche. I mean, everything's good about the land. I mean, the soil is so great. I mean, the soil is that rich, blank soil like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
But the only thing is, though, I mean, I know I can swing the land, on my own personal thing. If nobody moved in there, I could pay for the, land. I don't care about that, But I care about the support to help me out because, I am partially disabled. I have a below-knee amputee. I'm missing my right leg, plain and simple, And I can pay for the land, so I'm not asking for any money. I don't even care. That's what I was saying about the trailers.
I understand that.
I'm not asking for any money, but I need help supporting that, if I want to do.
If you want to buy the land.
Matter of fact, I even have a couple cans of garden seeds, non-hybrid garden seeds. That means that you don't have to turn around, rely on the government, to replant the seeds, next season. I have that. I literally have a couple of cans of that, a couple acres of that, that's what I keep in, storage. I'm one of those prepper people,
John, if you arrange for the land, you supply. You don't even have to buy it. Just get a contract on it. Get the details. Get me the details.
Payments.
Get me the details on the land before you buy it. And get me the details on that. And we can put this together as a limited liability corporation, and put it together so there's no risk to you. And I can go around and get the solar and the wind donated to us in order to promote it.
I mean, because the way I would look at it is, though, if I buy the land, we get stuff set up, and we get some veterans in here that, that need help, come on, we all need help in our life, let's face it, I mean, I would look at it like a land trust, so when I would kick the bucket, I mean, I'm 42 or 43 almost, when I kick the bucket, though, I want to make sure, though, that this land is going to go to, the folks in the group, though. That's all I care about, to make sure that, everything's taken care of, like inheritance, you meet your family and all that.
John,
I want to make sure that the veterans, though, if you got Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, I want to make sure that that land is set up for them in a trust. So, if I turn around and drop that tomorrow, I don't want to say that, because I got no plan, But I want to make sure Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones are taken care of. At least they can stay there and continue, the concept,
That is what the whole idea of Liberty Villages is. You put this land in a trust. You're taking care of the people that are maintaining it. The people that have jobs like you would be working and helping provide the housing for the workers that can do the work.
Yeah.
I can't do the work. I'm not a carpenter, but we could get Uncle to come out there and do all the carpentry on the place. We can get the mechanics out there to take care of all the automobiles and install the thing. We can get the engineers to come out there and live and start making and designing and modifying the solar, the wind, and the magnetic generators. We can do this as a team. I can't do it by myself. This whole thing calls for cooperation, and the whole idea of the New World Order is to let the government do all the work. We'll take care of it. You just sit back and pay us to do this. This is Obama's idea of greening America is to sell the top of a mountain to a foreign corporation and let them put wind generators up to kill all the eagles, and then they'll pipe that down and sell it to the power companies who are going to be turning around and selling it to you. I think we need the Liberty Villages cuts out the middleman. We don't need the trucks. We'll find the food. We'll trade for the food. We'll have our own trucks that run village to village. And if you're for coffee, for tea, for cigarettes, whatever else you need, we'll buy those wholesale, and the inhabitants of Liberty Villages will get the benefits of that at cost plus 10. They pay 10% for us to handle the work. And that basic formula will go all the way down to we think under these living conditions that $10 an hour is pretty good for labor. So we'll give you Ithaca.
Personal job, I make $9.25 an hour.
We'll give you.
I'm a bookkeeper, an auditor, is what.
We will give you.
But I feel anybody's worth $8 to $10 an hour, depending what they do. Obviously, some jobs are still only worth.
We will pay you in Ithaca hours, Liberty Village hours. You get paid, if you do work for the village, you get paid $10 in Liberty Village script.
Yeah.
This is the alternative currency.
And they will turn around and buy them, a trip to Walmart. I'm not saying Walmart necessarily.
Yeah, Costco. We go to Costco. We do the shopping. We take one truck.
Costco around here, believe it or not. We come surprised, but. But I know what you mean locally.
I've been in distribution.
My worth $20. We give them $20. Worth to get at Walmart.
That's right.
I'm just using a business as an example.
That's right, and these systems would be set up. This is why this is a it's like a community. It's not a commune. I'm not thinking of that, but it's I'm lost the word. Oh my God.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying.
Cooperative. Cooperative.
I mean, it's on the tip of my tongue like
it's a cooperative. It's a cooperative. You just like you go to the university to the co-op and you can buy your stuff there. You get a little bit better price on it. That's what we would set up, and we would organize and computerize it. Just like I'm talking to you right now up in South Dakota from Tucson, Arizona. And if you turned your camera on, I'd have you up on that.
Well, I don't have a camera. I'm not too advanced on that stuff. That's why I turn on to give you my physical phone number. To call me up, because I don't understand that stuff. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not too advanced. Or whatever.
It just there's a learning curve. Anytime there's a learning curve. So, at any rate, this is what we can do, and you can certainly play a part in this. I mean, this is what you want. This is what Blaze is talking about here.
I can taste it.
We can do it. I can do this for you. I mean, I have organized. I helped start Indian Motorcycles. I was a PR in charge of PR for Indians. They turned out to be crooks, and I put them out of business. So, then restarted Indian.
They're not in business anymore. How come that is?
Well,
I'm not saying in a bad way, but that tells me though.
Indians started Wayne Bachman.
You know what you're talking about. Right there.
Wayne Bachman started Indian. And didn't do it right, and so he was being a little deceptive. He wasn't ordering all the engines he was supposed to. So I wrote the story about it, and that put him out of business in motorcycle industry and Easy Rider. And then I started motorcycle industry hired me or contracted with me to do a series called Made in America. And I found a guy named Ray Sotelo working for South County Motorcycles in Gilroy, Arizona. And I did a story on him, and I called up the bankruptcy attorney that was handling Philip Zangi's and Wayne Bachman's debacles, and said, "Hey man, this guy's can build 10 bikes a week, and he's doing it right here in Gilroy. Why don't you let him build Indians? He's got the designs and the tanks and everything sitting right here." And he uses all American parts. And next time I saw Ray Sotelo, he had 100,000 square foot warehouse building Indians. Then the corporate boys came in, tried to move him out, tried to move him to the back room. So he made a lot of money, but he walked away and they went bust after that.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, it's something, you think about it so funny though. How these big corporations, they turn around back down when somebody's speaking the truth.
Well, that's because they don't want you to benefit yourself. That's what the whole concept for corporate farms is about.
Yeah.
This is what corporate farms means, folks. It means that Monsanto is growing food that rats won't eat, and they're feeding it to you and your kids. And I'm sorry, you want to survive. The Liberty Villages is a way to survive. Otherwise, they'll see that you die off at a comfortable age of 68. And that way they don't have to pay you any of that Social Security that they've already spent.
The whole thing with Santo Farms, though, is like, because there were, some things that I think...
Oops, lost you. How did we do that here? I don't know. His phone busted.